Dear viewers, welcome back to the analysis of ULM TV. Now, yesterday, Raila Odinga, after jetting into the country from his long tour in India, decided to make Kisumu his first stop, and for that funeral service that was scheduled to be conducted yesterday. So, Raila Odinga was so angry if you looked at the expression in his face. And in his speech during that ceremony, Raila Odinga made some remarks which have sent shocking waves into the Kenya Kwanza government. There was a claim that Raila Odinga made that, and this claim is what most people have been talking about, and it's regarding Kenya Kwanza's biasness with regards to allocation of jobs. It is apparent that the Luo Nyanza has been sidelined from these government appointments. If you look at the appointees who are currently appointed into the CS positions, you also look at the PS shortlisted ones, then you find that Luo Nyanza has been isolated, technically isolated. So there was a remark that the President of the Republic of Kenya made about KRA making sure that everybody who has the age of 18 and above to make sure they have a PIN, and all of them should pay taxes. I mean, of course, there was previously Gachagua made some remarks which appeared friendly, contrary to what the president made. In Gachagua's case, Gachagua said KRA should come up with friendly tax regimes that will not scare away the local Mwananchi, but encourage local Mwananchi to pay more. So that was a bit, motivating. But the president's speech, when he made his speech about what will pay tax, that was a bit scary, because he said that everybody from 18 years and above to pay tax and must pay tax. So you find that most of the time, 18 years and above, some people who are 18 are still students, some of them are still in high school. So the question that most people are beginning to wonder whether even someone in high school will be required to pay taxes. Because there was a time the president talked about the population as being about 2 million, but then the people who have KRA pins are less. And then he made another remark that why is it that there are so many people transacting in M-Pesa, but most of the people that we see submitting tax are only doing zero returns? So the president tried to, in a way, argue that the people who are filing with zero return might make sure that they don't use M-Pesa, because that is meaning that they don't have money. But the president is forgetting that one person can have like 3 to 4 M-Pesa accounts, or maybe I could be transacting money that has been sent to me by my parent. So that does not mean that I'm working. At the end of the day, I cannot pay tax from the money that has been sent to me by my parent. So the president made an argument that is, when most people think it's out of place, but that was a remark he made.
So the national government has a responsibility to carry out certain development projects in all these areas. Otherwise, we'll tell you people to stop paying taxes. Therefore, you don't have to go and beg the national government for you to get any development. It is a right for the people of all these areas.
So Raila Odinga has weighed in on this issue of taxes, people paying taxes, or people being forced to pay taxes, and he has said that should that be the case, then I think equality and equity has to be ensured. Because I think from what the government has, the way these allocations have been seen with the government, it is clear indication that the government might decide to isolate the Luo Nyanza completely. Remember, days before election, William Ruto made some remarks that, there are places I can't campaign in. This place like the Luo Nyanza, I cannot campaign there because I will be stoned. So probably that was a very strong message from the current president back then when he was the deputy president. So when the president made those remarks, it was evident that he was not happy. I mean, he was not happy going to go Nyanza, or the fact that the last time he went there, it turned out to be violent. But the president also back then, as a deputy president, forgot that even Raila Amolo Odinga, when he toured Uasin Gishu, the same befell him. And Raila Amolo Odinga's case would have been worse, because the stoning of the helicopter wouldn't have been a good sign. And the leaders out there showed all indication that they were not with Raila Amolo Odinga. They didn't care about his security. So it is because of those remarks that William Ruto made back then when he was the deputy president, and the latest happening in terms of allocation of government positions, is what Raila Amolo Odinga has termed as a total isolation of the Luo Nyanza, and that should they be forced to pay taxes, then I think it will be fair enough that they also get equal share in this government allocation, because in Kenya literally everybody is supposed to enjoy equitable distribution of resources. That means if whatever is being done to probably like Eldoret should be equated to what is being done in perhaps in Isiolo or in Nairobi or in Kisumu or Siaya, that these places should not be isolated per se. So that remark by the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga had a lot of weight and made a lot of sense, and I think this should send a strong message to the Kenya Kwanza fraternity kwamba haya mageuzi tuliyopigania miaka mingi about ugavi wa rasilimali ni kitu kinafaa kipewe kipaumbele, and that haifai kuwa kuna region zingine zinapendelewa zaidi ya region zingine. Kwa sababu gani? Kwa sababu endapo William Ruto atafanya kitendo kama hicho cha kupendelea region zingine, basi inamaanisha kwamba some people will feel disenfranchised, matter of in future votings. Some people will feel they're not part and parcel of this Republic of Kenya. And remember what happened in 2007, and the message that was sent to the Moi regime in 2002 was very, very strong, that people want equitable distribution of resources. So the 2010 constitution came because of that equity that people have been fighting for. Now, should this government decide to take people back to the regime of Moi, whereby there was favorism in terms of distribution of resources, and that for you to get allocations, then ilikuwa lazima mchezee Moi ile dance yake pale State House, lazima uje useme mtukufu rais baba, upige magoti. Hizo enzi ni enzi za kitambo, ambapo endapo hii serikali itatupeleka huko nyuma, then inamaanisha kwamba hii katiba tuliyopigania itakuwa haina maana. Mimi kuna wakati nilifanya analysis kwa hii channel ya Yolendo TV, nikasema kwamba hii Kenya Kwanza government ni kama imesuspend constitution na imekuja na ile memorandum yao of understanding, kwamba ukiangalia kama kwa mfano wale waliopewa hizi ministry positions, inapata kwamba watu wamelazimishwa na hizi ministry, wengine hata hawawezi kuongea. Unapata kwamba kwa mfano, wacha nikupe mfano kwamba jana juzi wakati Aisha Juma akipewa ile handover, ikifanyika ile handover ya ministry from Kobia to yeye, unapata kwamba Aisha Juma speech yake ilikuwa ina utata kidogo. Kwa sababu gani? Speech ilibidi aongee, na unapoona mtu anaongea kiasi ya kila alipokuwa akiongea, inamaanisha kwamba huyu mtu katika uzoefu wake wa Kiingereza ni changamoto kubwa. So maswali ambapo inaibuka ni kwamba atakuwa anaongeaje na wasomi, na katika ile speech yake alitoa ambayo ilikuwa imeandikwa, hiyo speech unaona kwamba amesema kwamba watu watapewa kazi kulingana na qualifications zao. So swali linaulizwa ni kwamba yeye hii kazi imepewa kulingana na qualification yake kweli? Mtazamaji wangu, unaona kwamba kumekuwa katika wakati wa vetting kulikuwa na mtafaruku mkubwa sana katika hii issue ya Aisha Juma, lakini sitaki tuongelee juu issue ya Aisha Juma sana. Kwa sababu gani? Sio niloleta hapa katika huu mjadala wa saizi. Mjadala wa saizi ni kwamba hili issue la taxi kulipwa na Raila Amolo Odinga kusema hatutalipa taxi, watu wetu hawatalipa taxi, kwamba itakuwa ni kwamba upendeleo huko. Remember, the 7 million that voted for Azimio One Kenya Alliance and the 8 million that did not vote, if you combine the two numbers, you will have 15 million people who did not vote for the Kenya Kwanza government. So this should send a lot of worry, a lot of shocking waves to this government, because, you know, these are people who did not vote one. They didn't like the government of Kenya. They didn't like the arrangement of Kenya Kwanza government. Two, they didn't buy into the idea of Kenya Kwanza government. That's Kenya Kwanza manifesto. Perhaps that's the reason why they did not vote. So that makes 15 million. And out of the 7.1 million that Chebukati declared as the people who voted for the Kenya Kwanza government, you find that there are numbers in that bracket that will not vote for William Samoei Ruto. There are a huge chunk of voters who will not vote because, one, you remember during the manifesto, kulikuwa na ahadi kama kwamba moja ahadi kwamba utakuwa unapiga simu bila airtime. So one of these ahadi, of course, hii ni ahadi ambayo tutanganya, lakini kuna wale ambao watapigia government 2027 kwa sababu ya shida hiyo moja tu. So inamaanisha kwamba hii serikali ni lazima ijitahidi zaidi, la sivyo Raila Amolo Odinga atahakikisha ile historia ya US, ile ya one time presidency ya Donald Trump itatokea. Hiyo historia itajiripita hapa Kenya. Kwa sababu gani? Wakenya saa hizi wamechanuka sana, na endapo mageuzi hayatafanyika ya kueleweka, basi Wakenya wataongea katika ballot box safari hii, na kura ambayo itapigwa 2027 itashangaza watu wengi. Kwa sababu gani? Wengi wanaweza amua wapige against Kenya Kwanza government. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you think this call by Raila Amolo Odinga is justified, that if there is no equity, there's no need to pay taxes? There's no point paying taxes so that the government can develop other regions. That is a strong message that Raila Amolo Odinga has sent to the Kenya Kwanza government. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly share what your thoughts are in that comment section. And I'd like to wind up my case there, but please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Give us a like. You can hit the notification bell so that every time we upload a video, you also become the first person to get notified. Now, once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for those who be supporting our channel. And again, please stay safe and stay blessed.